what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Tropical NHL back at it again for a brand new YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about the Montreal Canadiens and we're going to be talking about the NHL entry draft. Yes, because there are some new rumors, there are some new conversations going around on Twitter, going around on TSN about the Montreal Canadiens and who they're going to draft at the 5th overall. Are they going to trade up? Are they going to trade down? Are they going to select with the 5th overall? Are they going to pick Leonard? Are they going to pick Mickhov? Are they going to pick Reinbacher? Are they going to pick Benson? Are they going to pick Will Smith? We have no idea, and it's getting confusing as hell. Like, oh my God. One day they're getting Mickhov. One day they don't want Mickhov. The other day they're in the middle with Mickhov. And now we got some new infos about Mickhov. One day they're all in Ryan Leonard. One day they're all in on Will Smith. One day they're all in on Zach Benson. One day they want to go up and draft Fantilli. I'm getting confused. And you get an info from one insiders, and then 2 days after, you get another info coming from another insiders that contradicts the entirety of what was going on over the last 2 weeks, to then get a new information that contradicts that new information. That, like, I'm getting confused. Like, it's getting confusing as hell. I think it's the most confusing draft of all time for the Habs, man. Every time they draft high in the rankings, every time it's confusing. But now, the 5th overall in the 2023 NHL entry draft might be the most confusing draft pick of all time. And with Mickhov being involved in the draft, it just makes things a lot worse, man. And I can't wait for it to be the draft so that we can stop talking about all this and know who the Habs are going to select. But yeah, before getting into that, I invite you guys to subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 4K subscribers before the draft on June 28th. We're 40 subscribers away, so if you could help me out reach that objective by subscribing and turning post notifications on, that would be amazing. As well as the like button, let's try and get 100 likes on this video. That would be amazing. Also, I apologize if I didn't upload over the last weekend. I was kind of doing some things outside of my house, so I was kind of busy. But today we're back. We're gonna talk about the draft. Let's get right into it. So yes, we got some brand new news. We got some brand new news on the Twitter. First thing first, we're gonna talk about something that incarcerated Bob. We talked about Bob in the latest video. He tweeted out something this morning, and it is really interesting. It's been reported also by a lot of other insiders, so it really is interesting, and it involves Matvei Mickhov. Nothing confirmed, but Canadiens, Sharks, Flyers, and Capitals all seem to be interested in face-to-face meetings with Matvei Mickhov. And then a couple of hours later, TVA Sport in their Montreal Canadiens page on their website posted an article. It's from Kevin Dubé, and it says the CH has an appointment with Matvei Mickhov. And in that article, they basically confirmed that Matvei Mickhov is gonna meet with the Montreal Canadiens before draft day. So a statement that contradicts what was going on over the last couple of days, that Matvei Mickhov apparently refused to meet out with GMs of teams because he wanted to go to a certain team. Apparently now Mickhov is going to meet with a couple of teams, the San Jose Sharks and the Montreal Canadiens being part of the mix. So yes, does that mean that the Montreal Canadiens are now all into Matvei Mickhov? No, that does not mean that at all, because we got another information coming from Jeff Merrick on 32TP this morning, and he gave us his top 5 picks and a lot of information surrounding players and about the Montreal Canadiens as well. So NHL Watcher, really popular on Twitter, reported that Merrick said on 32TP, he gave us his top 5 picks. First overall, Bedard to the Blackhawks, Fantilli to the Anaheim Ducks, Carlson with the Columbus Blue Jackets, Zach Benson to the San Jose Sharks, and Montreal Canadiens drafting Will Smith. Really interesting. It's the first time that we see Zach Benson in the top 5, and with the San Jose Sharks, it certainly is really interesting. We also got other reports that the San Jose Sharks are really interested in Zach Benson. They see in him a similar player to Mitch Marner, and they would want him for his character and his two-way plays on both the offense and the defense side of the game. So yes, it's the first time that we see Benson included in those conversations. So yes, if the Montreal Canadiens end up selecting either Benson or Smith, that would be absolutely amazing. But that's not the end of the statement, because Merrick said as well, I think the Canadiens would love it if they got Smith. There's a lot of teams who think that if they don't get Smith, they're taking Reinbacher. And that is a huge statement because a lot of people would be unhappy if the Montreal Canadiens end up selecting David Reinbacher at the 5th overall. When he got asked himself in interviews if he had what it take to be taken in the top 10, he himself said no. He's a really lanky dude. He is a great defender, but he lacks in mobility. He's not a great skater, and the only thing he's great at is finding the net from the blue line when he shoots. Yes, he's a good defender. Yes, he has potential. People compare him to Moritz Seider. I think it's a bit of a stretch. I don't see it at all because Moritz Seider has a great mobility and he is a better skater than David Reinbacher. His style of player fits perfectly well with European hockey, but I strongly doubt that it will translate into the NHL. I could kind of see him being a really good top 4 or bottom pairing defenseman, but I don't see him having that elite potential, top pairing potential that a lot of people see in him. If the Montreal Canadiens end up selecting Reinbacher at the 5th overall, that would be a big disappointment. But there are also multiple reports on Twitter that are saying that Benson to Montreal is eating up. So does that mean that the Habs are now all in on Benson? I have no clue, man. I'm getting lost. Like last week, it was Ryan Leonard. After it was Mickhov. After they wanted to trade for Fantilli. After they wanted to trade for Will Smith. After that, they wanted Will Smith. Now they want Zach Benson or David Reinbacher. I'm getting lost. In a couple of days, it will be reported that the Habs are all in on the Lebor Dvorsky or something like that. I have no idea, but I'm getting confused as hell. I don't know about you guys, but yes, this is crazy. So now with what we know, the Canadiens might take Benson. They might take Mickhov. They might take Smith. They might trade up for Fantilli. They might select David Reinbacher. And they also might want to get the Lebor Dvorsky. So yes, it's getting confusing out there. So yes, me personally, my favorites are Will Smith, Ryan Leonard, and Zach Benson. If they get one of those 3 guys, they're going to be in business because those 3 guys have superstar potential and they're going to be point per game players. Ryan Leonard is a similar player to Matthew Tkachuk. Zach Benson is a similar player to a Braden Point / Mitch Marner. And Will Smith is a better version of Trevor Zegras. So if we get one of those 3, we're guaranteed on getting a great player. As for Matvei Mickhov, like I said, if they get the confirmation that he is going to come and play for the Habs in 2026 when his contract will end, I have no problem in selecting him. But if there are too many questions, too many red flags, don't take him because it's too risky. Now that they have an interview with him, they're probably going to have a better idea on what's going to be next for him. So that's some good news. As for David Reinbacher, like I said multiple times, if they do end up selecting David Reinbacher at 5th overall, I'm going to be buying an Austin Matthews Maple Leaf jersey, and I'm going to be really, really mad. Not because David Reinbacher is a bad player. Like I said, he is not a 5th overall. He is not a top 10 pick in this draft. He's not a top 15 pick in this draft. He's only there because this draft lacks defensemen. A bit like Jesperi Kotkaniemi back in 2018. The 2018 draft lacked center depth, and Kotkaniemi ended up in the top 3 because of that. And it's exactly the same thing going on right now with Reinbacher, with Sandin Pellikka, and with Tom Willander. Those guys are not top 20 picks. They are only there because they're the only defensemen in this draft, and that's basically it. So if they do want to select Reinbacher, I'd trade down if I were them to take the best advantage of the value of the 5th pick. But if they do end up selecting Reinbacher with the 5th overall, I swear I'm going to buy a Matthews jerseys, and I'm going to be really, really mad. Probably going to be breaking my guitar on live stream. If you don't want to miss that live stream, my reaction to the draft, subscribe, turn on post notifications, as well as all the other videos I'm going to be posting every day until the draft. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, leave a like, share, comment, do anything as you want. Give me your opinion about all this in the comments below. And this has been your boy, Tropical NHL. And I'll see y'all later for another video. Have a nice rest of your day, and bye-bye.